Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of Caregivers Community. I'm Danielle. Today's episode is going to be why caregiving is all on women. I'm doing this because March is Women's History Month, and I just want to give out the data of why 50% of women take on 65% of the role of caregiver and are also expected to work, take care of their children, and also provide care to their parents or their in-laws at the same time. Women get paid less to do most things because we are basically put in these traditional roles where we take care of family and family comes first, and usually the traditional roles go towards women who caregive. So usually 65% of women take on the stress of caregiving for parents, children, where they're usually known as a sandwich generation, where they're expected to take care of their parents and also their children at the same time and expected to work at the same time while also bathing, cleaning, and making sure that everybody is fine, taking care of the household. It's a lot of pressure on women. I mean, we have 65% of women that are doing this role, and 50% of them take on this role pretty much full time. And they are also doing 20 hours per week or more for the caregiving. So that leaves little to no time to take care of themselves. Women usually put off appointments, doctor's appointments, just because they're taking care of everybody else, they forget to take care of themselves. This is why women don't know what's usually going on with them. They have huge financial stress because women get paid less than men. And not all women are married, and usually single parents are usually taking on even more of the role of caregiver while caring for their parents and also caring for their children. And it's a lot of stress for one person to handle, let alone two if you're married and your partner is making more income than you. Usually you take a step back and you do more of the household duties, like you take care of the house and the children and your partner's parents if your partner doesn't have anybody else to take care of. Daughter-in-laws usually are expected to take care of their in-laws and their own parents and also their children. So there's a very high expectation. This is usually a societal role that society has given us as women. We are put in this role as being caregivers because we are the more nurturing ones. We are the ones that are more likely to give up more so everybody else can have a little bit more. Women are usually known as nurturing and loving and caring, and they are expected to stay at home if they do have a spouse, so the spouse can go out and work and financially provide, because men are usually given the role to financially provide for women. We have all grown up in a generation and many generations for who knows, centuries. We have all been taught the role of men go out and provide and women stay home and take care of the house and the children and their parents. So it's always been a generational role. I think this is why, and don't quote me on this because I'm not a childless, I'm not I'm not a woman who wants to be childless, but I also understand where women do come to the realization of wanting to be childless, because the role of caregiving for your parent and also wanting a career is really difficult. Sometimes we feel like we have to choose one or the other, and being a full-time caregiver to a parent is already hard enough. The stressors, the financial stress, the stress of having to manage it all. Women are expected to take on this role. And usually it is the oldest daughter that usually is expected to take on this role as caregiver to the whole family, because this is what we have grown up to know in generations. Women back in the day were not allowed to be allowed to work. So as women want careers, it's becoming harder and harder to decide on what to do, because especially with the economic balance that we're having right now, and just the way life is in general, women can't afford to go out and have a career if they want kids, because who can afford to have daycare? You have to choose one or the other, and usually it is the women's choice to stay home and to take care of everybody, because it's just easier than bringing in less income than your spouse. And what's even more difficult is if you are a single parent, you are expected to do work, a career, and also take care of everybody else on top of that. So it's also really difficult for women, and women are expected to do it all. Even daughters-in-laws are expected to take on the role of caregiving for their spouse's parent. So you can see the dilemma in why women are expected to take on this role, and why they are given a choice on whether they want to be childless or have children. It's a really difficult choice. Maybe it's not for some, but the role of being expected to do it all is just unrealistic at this point, especially for women to have to do it all. And as we are all aware, women take on the role as caregiver because who else is going to? And who else has the nurturing side? Men usually don't want to take on the role, or maybe it's just financially easier for them to take on the role as provider, because men grow up learning that they are the providers of the household, they are the men of the house, they provide and they go out for work, whereas the women were always told to stay at home. Even now in 2026, this is what we are being told that we are supposed to do as women, because who else is going to? Who else is going to take care of the older generation while also providing care to the younger generation? I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, the roles aren't really changing as much. If we choose to be childless and have careers, then that's a choice, and I'm not judging anybody based on that. Everybody can have a choice. And there's nothing wrong with being childless and having a career and having all your dreams fulfilled. And there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mother and having her life fulfilled and taking care of her parents and her in-laws. I'm just saying that the role of caregiving is such a big role, and women are expected to do it all. And I just want to give credit to women, because we really do it all. And the single parents that are doing it all, taking care of their own parents, their children, working, my heart goes out to you, because that must just be so difficult to do. And so I was raised by a single mother myself, so I know that it's not an easy role to take care of everybody else and have these high expectations on you, especially with society. And society really isn't changing, and it's 2026, and the roles of caregiving are still put on women to this day. And we are expected to take on more and more of the stress, and no wonder we're exhausted, and we're not catching our illnesses in time, and we're ending up with so much stress and so much financial strain. I mean, just this economy in general is just devastating to watch, as a millennial not being able to have the same things as other generations has been really hard. And terminal illnesses are just showing up everywhere, and the percentage of people getting cancer is going higher and higher. So I really understand that it's scary out there, and but we as women are just put on a higher standard compared to men. And that's not knocking men who go out and work and take care of their children when they come home. I'm not knocking men, to be quite honest with you. I'm just saying that women are expected to have careers or give up their careers, have children, take care of everybody else, and also be expected to just be happy about it. I just don't understand why we are being told as a generation that we are not allowed to have it all and also have it all with the community. I just commend women. We're strong. We don't get enough credit for being strong. We don't get enough credit for being basically the bosses of our households. And we get shat on for it. And we get basically kind of made fun of for choosing whether to be childless and have a career, or a stay-at-home mother, or just a mom with a career. I just don't understand why we can't all come together and just cheer each other on, because being a woman, especially in March and Women's History Month, caregiving is a hard enough role. We don't need to be shaming other women for making the choice to do what was best for them. And I really commend all the caregivers out there, especially the female caregivers who are taking on so much more of a role of caregiving. I really commend you for all the work that you do, because it's not an easy job. Watching parents grow older or having a terminal illness or even memory problems, it's not an easy job. And women, you deserve to be respected and to be celebrated every single day for the job that you do. So yeah, that's my video. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it.